Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Christian Adventure Gamer. I'm your host, Daniel the Paladin, and it is that time of year again where I go through the Gencon 2020, the Gencon 2025 preview on BGG. I do want to say that I have been quiet for a little bit. It's because my computer was having some problems, so I had to get that fixed. Now it's up and running. I actually have a bunch of videos that I need to finish editing and upload to the channel. I was still able to record some videos. I just couldn't edit them and get them onto the channel because of the issues I was having with my computer. Some weird reason. Also, there is one game I want to talk about as we all go to Gen Con. I did kind of mention this on my Facebook page. So it's called Comet. So I discovered this game at Origins. I don't think I've ever seen it before or heard of it before, but I got the opportunity to demo this, played it, bought it, played it with some friends. Got beautiful, beautiful artwork. The game mechanics are really simple, easy to play. Let's see if I can find something. Here's some good artwork, right, of the cards. See if it loads. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Some great artwork on these cards. Got like a raccoon riding a, I want to say pterodactyl, but it's a pterosaurio. I think they're somewhat accurate as far as like the descriptions and stuff of what these animals and dinosaurs were called at their time. But yeah, like this was a game I got to try. Really liked it. I'm actually planning on doing a review of it on the channel. Talk about things I like about it, what I don't like about it. You have this game board where you are trying to send rescuers out to these different hatch zones here. As you can see, 7, 5, 7, 6, and 4. And like there's different hatch zones, and you are sending those rescuers out to get the animals that are hatching there, and then bring them back to the safe zone, right? And that's where you can start building your tableau and using those animals or creatures for your benefit. Trying to see if there's anything else. Here's a good display. So each player has a board that has 3 discs on it. Each disc represents different rescuer, and then that's how you track on the board. And then the cards that you're using to rescue are also the cards you're using for movement, but I'll explain that another time. Like I said, I really love the artwork. So this was being sold by Outset Media at Origins. So I'm hoping that Outset will have this for sale at Gen Con, and I urge you to go check it out. All right, that's enough of that. You are here to talk about, or hear me talk about, the Gen Con preview. So we have 18 wood here. As you can see, they have 18 Royal George, the rails of Fremont County, and the Royal George Wars. Not sure what that is. So we have 25th Century Game. They got Big Surge, travel along the Pacific Coast Highway, checking out the scenery and landmarks. Well, so that definitely sounds like a really neat theme. Botswana. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And so I'm a little intrigued by this one. So the visuals of this game reminds me of that is definitely not the same game that I'm talking about. Quandary? Okay, hold on. Looks like they just threw some things here. So there we go. There we go. We got the animal meeples and the cards. Okay, so I don't know why they threw those other pictures on there. It's kind of funny, I think. But anyways, I like the art style. Obviously, I'm a big fan of meeples. I don't know if this is the same game or not, because maybe it is. I think it says that there. Yep. So maybe this is like the first edition. But yeah, a little intriguing. I don't spend too much time on different games. Conservas. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. It's a challenging solo bag building game. Then there's Grand Central Skyport. This one is very intriguing to me. As you can see here, there are people with different reviews on it. I was hoping there'd be more images, but clearly there is not. But I like the idea of like airships and stuff. La Habana, Operation Barclay, Liar's Dice. Who doesn't like a good game of Liar's Dice? Raw and Right, Raw, and then Raw Traders, and Razzia. Red Letter, Yellow Letter. Now this one is one I definitely want to check out. Sand art. I've used sand art with kiddos before in my my time as a counselor, and I just like the idea of kids using it for coping. I wish there was more pictures of this game for me to see what it's actually like. But it's definitely one I want to check out. I might not buy it with that price point, but we'll have to wait and see. And then it says, if you can read this title, you're already playing the game. It's either vanity plates or venti plates, so I'm not sure. We have Wine Cellar and the Yellow House. Adam's Apple Games LLC will be back, obviously, and they got Defenders of the Dictionary. They have Planet Unknown, Supermoon, Tasumi, then Albi Games there has Crash Derby, Dirt and Dust. This one is one I've actually pre-ordered. So this one is a deck building, I think bag building as well. There we go. There's a good picture of the setup. So I have these different boards. You are racing, or the drift cards, I think is what they're called. They're good. There we go. More information. Rally cars. They're rally cars. So yeah. Just this up looked intriguing. So yeah. I'll find out more as I get to the show, and hopefully I can take some videos of it. It's on my list of games to check out to take videos of. Garden Lake, Karak 2, Chaos. I have no clue what this is. Heroes of Karak face their great challenge yet. And so this one is for demo. That setup is not visually appealing, but maybe I can get some video of it to see how it plays. Karak Labyrinth, Removal, Reptile Tank. Do want to apologize for going fast. There is a lot of games here. There is over 600 games, if I remember correctly, to go through. Sovereignton, Tea Garden. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last word. Puru. So yeah, I probably butchered it. Puerh. Troubles Run, Revenge of Jellinator. That looks like a cute little fun one for kids, so maybe I get an opportunity to check that out. And then we have Alderac Entertainment Group, or AEG. They got Into the Machine on demo. There is Alley Cat Games, location 2052. That's the booth number, right? They got Barbecubes, and they have a game called Kalimala. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. This game looks kind of interesting as far as like the theming and the color scheme. Let's see if I can find some pictures. Yeah, so like look at that. It's like wooden etched boards. Let's see here. There we go. Look at that. Looks. It's got really like a very good clean look to it. So that's kind of interesting. All right, then we have a Message in a Bottle. We have Tic Tac Trek. Timber Town is another one that looks kind of interesting. I like the idea of this one. Looks like you're building a town. You're using beavers to do it, right? Let's see, what are these? Little beaver meeples, and looks like a little crane there. And I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of stand. And then there's a beaver. Another beaver standing on some tiles. Let's go back. Clicking on this, it'll show me everything. Right, I'm trying to find a good overview. This kind of looks like it a little bit, yeah. All right, let's go back to the preview. We have All Play. I did pick up Alibis. Fun little party game for those who like to, it's deduction, right? So you're trying to figure out who it is. So it's like Clue without the board, essentially, right? It says for the Emperor, Llama Llama, Merchants of Andromeda, Money, On Land. Probably don't need me calling them all out. All right, so I'll just call out the ones that piques my interest. One of my buddies did pick up Runes at Origins. Like to try that one. There's a new one that they're doing. Soda Jerk seems kind of a neat concept. Let's see here. It's a card game, right? Making sodas. Now this one here is what's actually piques my interest. It's a Terrible Quest. Well, I was hoping for some pictures. But the concept here is that you are actually going on an adventure and tearing up part of the game, right, for points. All right, Vegas Strip was a good one. I tried that one. It's a really good bluffing game. Heard some good things about Waddle, right? And then there's Wordsy. Wordsy was actually this is like a remake of it, right? Or maybe not necessarily a remake, but maybe they have the rights to it now. Formal Ferret actually had Wordsy or created Wordsy before. I actually have the copy I got from Gencon a few years back that came with the oversized boards that you could use your dry erase marker on. It's a really good word game. One of my favorite word games. Amigo has No Thanks. Some more Evian by Ape Games. Maybe I'll get a chance to get some more clips of those while I'm there. This one's kind of neat. This is called Story Tailors. This one, you are tailoring a story, right? You're trying to put it together. Let's see if I can find a good picture of the board and everything. I think this is probably the best one. Yeah. There. So you're trying to build the story. So that's one I'm going to check out. So I need to write that one down. All right, the Will Riders has been out, I believe. It may have come out earlier this year, but I've seen it for sale at places. And then Arcane Wonders has Buffet Boss. To stack your favorite foods in this game of dexterity and light strategy. Oh, it's a stacking game. Look at that. So it's more than just a card game. It's a stacking game. Animal upon animal, carnivorous style. All right. Let's see what else. Any good pictures? That's kind of neat. Yeah, I bet my kids will like that one. Okay. Cat and the Tower. Let's see here. Eris Games will be there. They got a few games that are coming out this year. So around the stump games. Okay, now this one looks really cool. Button Kingdom. Like the whole theme is obviously like stuffed animals and stuff. Stuffed animals and stuff. What am I saying to myself? Goodness. Let's see if I can find a good picture of the game. This might be a good one. Yeah, look at that. That's decent, right? So you're going on adventures with your stuffies. All right. Chess Joker. When people start messing with chess, I kind of lose interest. Chess is fine the way it is. Other than if you play, I think it's Paco Seiko or Paco Seiko. It's a piece chess. Now that was a great improvement for chess in the sense that it's more thinkier because you are making unions and not capturing. So it's kind of unique. For those who like curling, there's a Mystic Curling Club. And then Avalon Hill will be there. It looks like they'll have Cosmolancer. And then they're doing demos of the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. I was hoping this would actually be for sale, but I'm hoping I can get a chance to try to get a demo of it. Big fan of Hero Quest. It was one of the first games I played as a kid that got me into the hobby. So that was not a very good picture. There we go. So like a dark dragon there. I wonder if it's like a lich or something. I like the artwork on the cards though. That's neat. All right. BA Games is going to be there with a few games for demo. They got Dungeon Diners, Garden Dragons, Goats and Goblins is the new one that I believe it just went to Kickstarter. I can't remember it, or it's going to Kickstarter. They had it at Origins and demoing it and stuff there. Barrel Aged Games, Wanted Wombats. Interesting. like the idea of Wanted Wombats. I wonder if it'll be for sale there. Come demo Wanted Wombats at our booth and scoop up a Gen Con exclusive promo of a game. Comes out later this year, though. I'm surprised I don't have it at the show. That's kind of neat. I like the theme. Wanted Wombats. Nice. Get rid of some of these other... There we go. And then we have Bellows Intent. So Bellows Intent was the one that did Age Contrived and Age Contrived. So they have this Rolling into Wonderland game coming out. This one kind of looks neat too. I love the artwork of it. Oop, that's a little too much. Look at that artwork though. That's some really good artwork. There's a Cheshire. But I'm almost wondering, like, is Wonderland Alice, is it getting old for people? I'm just curious. All right. I'm busy at our games. We got the Game Makers. We got Rebel Princesses, or Princess, sorry. Scream, and then I can never pronounce this one correctly. Xylotor Unhinged. All right, and then Bite Wing Games. We got Echo, Icar, Iliad, hopefully I pronounced those correctly, Orbit. And then we got BAM with Celestia. And so I like the idea of the airships. And so I'm hoping I get a chance to check this out, because I would like to get a video of it. I like those, I don't know if they call them meeples, player figurines, or, but it's just, it looks like a really good concept here. So interesting. I want to definitely check that one out. All right, so I'm going to stop here at BAM for this part 1 video, and we'll pick it up later. Hey, thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.